Chapter 5. Mom, did you hear me? Can I drive to the race? I take a deep breath and mentally check to see if I'm wearing my big girl panties. Tashay, mentally, I don't think I can handle you driving me anywhere, but I've decided to wear my big girl panties today, so I take in another deep breath and let it out slowly, while my daughter is staring at me with a psychotic grin plastered on her face. Yes, you can drive. Try not to wrap us around a pole, I reluctantly tell her. Really? Really? Did you say yes? Did you say yes to me driving the car? You know, I didn't realize I birthed a deaf kid. I'm so shocked. I place my open palms across my mouth and wipe my eyes in horror. Read my lips, Tashay, okay? I look my daughter in her eyes and slowly enunciate every word. The new rule in the house is if you're deaf, you can't harm yourself. If you can't hear, I then point to my ears, you stay your ass here. I point to her and then open my arms to encompass the entire room. My daughter just stands there and looks at me as if I've lost my mind. Huh, don't tell me you're deaf and you can't read lips. Well, since you obviously can't hear, why don't I draw you a picture? Maybe you'll get the gist of what I'm telling you. My daughter continues to stare at me as if a third eye has appeared in the center of my forehead. I reach over to the table and grab my extremely past due gas bill. I glance inside the envelope, quickly determined that MGE will never see that sum in one lump payment. The glance took less than 2 seconds before my brain shoved that bill to the I'll deal with you later file. I turn the bill over and start to draw. Picture 1. Stick figure with a skirt on. Picture 2. Arrow pointing at the stick figure. Picture 3. Dog taking a dump. Picture 4. A door that is slightly ajar with an exit sign hanging over it. Picture 5. I draw a rabbit. Picture 6. Arrow pointing to the rabbit foot. Can anyone guess where this game of Pictionary is going? I hand my awesome artwork to my daughter and chuckle to myself as she frowns at my totally wicked masterpiece. Mama, what the butterfly is this? Well, dear, it's a very meaningful statement that I would like for you to figure out. I look at my daughter innocently. Mom, we do not have time to play today. My daughter whines at me. Baby, just try to guess it. And for your information, I know what butterfly is being used instead of. I don't know what all of this stuff is you drew on this paper. I give up. She looks at me smugly. As for the word butterfly, you said that profanities are regular words with regular meanings that man has tainted. So my thinking is that I would love to taint another regular word since I actually can't get grounded for saying butterfly. Tashay, has anyone ever told you quitters never win? In suggestion to the wise, keep your butterflies to a limit. I'm not a quitter. Take a guess then. I don't know what this means. Mom, I don't know what this mess is you tried to draw. I give up. No, it's you're shit out of luck. What? I point to the discarded paper laying on the table. The picture I drew. I smile at my daughter. It says, you're shit out of luck. Ha, 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 Mama. You're the only one that laughs at your lame jokes. Well, as long as someone is laughing, it's all that matters. You need serious help. They say the first step in recovery is to admit that you actually do have a problem. Well, I do admit that my elevator doesn't make it to the top floor. Will I ever get help for it? I tried unintentionally once and failed miserably at it. My daughter starts to laugh at me. Remember when you were taking those crazy pills, Mom? She's laughing so hard at this point that tears have started to cascade from her eyes. Yeah, doctors are so full of shit. I go in and tell them that my skin feels like it's crawling, that I'm afflicted with dizzy spells, that I break out in hives, and that I can't think straight. And what does the good doc tell me? They tell me I'm a young mother of 3 and completely stressed out. She also told me I was suffering from depression. Wouldn't I know if I'm depressed? Fuck, I'm just saying. Without questioning the doctor, I followed just like the fucking masses and said maybe I am depressed. The doctor gave me one of her "take 2 of these and call me in the morning" smiles and handed me a prescription for some loony pills. What was it? Like 4 days that I took that shit? My daughter nods her head in agreement, still laughing her ass off at the images bombarding her frontal lobe of me doped off my fucking ass. I had to shake my head and release a few chuckles as well. It took me all of 4 days to look in the mirror and ask myself, what is wrong with you? Something miraculous happened at that point. I actually answered myself. I was greeted by my deranged alter ego, whom looked exactly like me. Her features were the same, but Psycho here had a look of pure and utter bliss, which can only appear when you're stoned out of your fucking mind. Is that Drew? That's goddamn Drew dribbling from my mouth. Wrong? Who says anything is wrong? This question was dragged from the deepest, darkest, untrespassed part of my vocal box that I didn't know existed. The words came out as a smushed smorgasbord of words that ran together. What the fuck? Are you talking to me? Yes. This was the garbled response I received from the unspoken question that was asked from within the confines of my cranium. Okie dokie, Smokey. Houston, we are not cleared for takeoff. We have a major fucking problem. Listen here, you psychotic bitch. I'm staging an intervention. No more drugs for you, Poppy. Cold turkey. You let the kids run around this house bouncing off the walls, jumping on the beds, and any other piece of furniture that they can put their grubby bodies on. Tashay is telling her grandmother that I'm 100% certifiable, that I'm cool with a lot of them doing whatever the hell they want to do because, and I quote, she's okay. She took her special pills today. No more. Do you hear me? What? This is just sad, people. It's amazing how my alter ego has caught on to my stalling techniques. Night, night, turn out the lights. You, my dear psychotic friend, will never surface again. I must say, when you're high as a kite, you can really come up with some wicked rhymes. I physically turn off the bathroom light, open the door, and walk straight into my husband. Baby. Were you just in there talking to yourself? What? I try to give him my innocent doe eyes, but because I'm so high, the look I achieved was... Let's leave it at that. I don't know what's going on up here. My husband encircles me in the comforts of his arms and starts to tap my forehead to emphasize he was talking about my head. During the brief tapping, my brain traveled back to my younger years to channel the count from Sesame Street. 1 tap, 2 taps, 3 taps. I was brought back to the here and now when my husband realized that he had lost me for a few seconds and stopped drilling his finger into my skull. Baby, I love you, and I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but I don't think those pills are the answer. I'm just saying, you were crazy before you started taking those damn things. Now you're like the Walking Dead, like zombies and shit. I never thought I would say this, but can I get my crazy wife back? I nod my head because the ability to speak has just flown out the window. God, I love this man. I'm not a drug addict. Crack kills. I do not approve of illegal drug use of any kind, but you politicians should really look into legalizing marijuana and think about putting whatever that doctor prescribed me on the illegal contraband list. I've never heard of people having to go through withdrawal from smoking a little Mary Jane. I was on those loony pills for 4 days. When I went cold turkey, it sent my body through major withdrawal. Never again. I decided to fund my own mission on my journey of self-discovery and self-diagnosis. I could have saved myself a copay and the humiliation. Remember, no one knows your body better than the person that occupies the skin suit you carry around every day. Who is this person? The person is you. Never let someone convince you that you have a problem. Always get second opinions, and most importantly, never be afraid to tell the white suits, that's doctors, to shove their ridiculous diagnosis up their asses. It took some time on this little journey that I embarked on to finally figure out what was exactly wrong with me. When I had that diagnosis in hand, I did precisely what I have suggested you all to do. I made an appointment to my doctor's office. Let's just say she was really surprised to see me. I was seeing my doctor so much in the beginning, I would say at least once a week. This appointment was 8 months after the dreaded pill debacle. Well, Miss Donahue, I haven't seen you in a while. You look better, less stressed. I take it the pills are doing their job. Excuse me? She ignores the disgusted look that I'm giving her. A lot of my patients have had great results on that particular pill. I'll send over a script for more refills. No, thank you. That won't be necessary. Excuse me? Now I have her attention. Listen here, Doc. I came here not to get more of those dreadful pills that had me crazier than my grandmother on her best fucking day. I came here to tell you that I will not be coming back. I am officially severing my family and myself from this office. I came here with valid concerns a few months ago. Instead of delving into my problems to figure out what was actually wrong with me, you chose another route. I really don't care if you take this the wrong way or not, but you are just as bad as Joe the blow pusher on the street corner busting serves. That shit you gave me had me so whacked out. I'm surprised my husband didn't hand me over to the state mental facility. Miss Donahue, I'm sorry you feel that way, but I do not have to sit here and listen to you speak to me this way. Well, shit. Due to the fact that I have just paid my fucking $20 copay to tell you how I feel, I think you do. Since you billed the insurance company for that farce of a diagnosis the last time I was here, I'm guessing you wouldn't have a problem billing them again for my verbal slashing. Do you know why I look better? Why I lost my weight? Why I am not having the problems I had when I saw you prior? Food allergies. I'm allergic to bread, apples, sugar, plums, shellfish, pork, roaches, and the list goes on, lady. I take a breath and look at my soon-to-be ex-doctor. I swear she's looking at me as if I've lost my mind. In retrospect, I was acting crazy. But at that moment in time, I could not see the truth. I did not want to admit to myself that crazy had any parts in my actions that day. I felt justified. I had to let her know, as a doctor, she had a responsibility to diagnose her patients' problems, not throw them to the side and push pills at them as if that is the solution. Listen here, lady. I think this conversation will do you good. The next time someone sits on this hard-ass table and cries and tells you that their body feels wacky, you will think of me. I'm hoping that you would say to yourself, hey, I don't want to be closed in a room with another angry, deranged, big black woman. I hope you will give your next patient more attention than you showed me. Maybe the next time your twitchy drug pusher palm starts to gravitate towards your handy-dandy drug script pad, a light bulb will go off in your overeducated head, and you will truly become the doctor you spent your parents' hard-earned money to be. Hopefully, next time you will find out through tests and close observation the true reason for their illness before you prescribe them the poison that you gave me. Nice knowing you, and have a wonderful evening." I picked up my purse and jacket and walked out of the exam room. The doctor's assistant scooted in around me as I exited the room. I took no more than 3 steps before. "Crazy bitch!" This was my doctor's explosive declaration of me to her assistant. Now, at this point, I have 2 options. Number 1, I can walk away and pretend that I did not hear what she just called me. Number 2, I can confront the situation head on. My subconscious has started hopping on the balls of her feet, waving her hands to get my attention. She's screaming, "Release the beast! Release the beast!" With my decision made, I walk back to the room that I once occupied and clear my throat as I stand in the doorway. My subconscious is screaming, "Gotcha! Prepare for the beast!" I gently soothe the lunatic that lies in wait for these moments to occur in my life. I try to pull in the reins and remind myself that I'm an educated woman, an employed woman, an intelligent woman. I owe myself a lot more respect than causing a 12th Street altercation that will land me in the slammer. There will be no rumble in the jungle today. No, I will not be showing my ass today. So I show them my most dazzling smile. "Lady, you haven't seen crazy. Now, if this was several months ago when you misdiagnosed me and put me on those funny farm pills, then you would have seen the true face of crazy. What you got today was 100% me. Crazy runs in my family 365 days a year. I acknowledge that I dance on a razor-sharp edge of sane and insane. I don't need any of your hallelujah fucked up insight and drug pusher pills to tell me that. So next time you want to vent to your butt liquor assistant about one of your patients, you might want to do it out of earshot of your patient. Believe me, you wouldn't want to see me angry, lady. It's not a pretty sight." I crank my smile up a few more wattage just to show her that I am currently flirting with the sharp edge of insanity. "You both have a nice day." I toss both the ladies a 1-finger wave and walk out of that office with my head held high. A few stares followed my departure. Ask me if I care. Hell no. I was justified in my actions.